Hello and welcome to another update video about Dogecoin. So it did hold support quite well. I think in yesterday's video we only talked about it, that as long as it's holding above 9 cents, the upside can continue. So far it didn't break down. Obviously we had here this spike yesterday. At the time when I made the video I actually didn't know what it was about, but obviously then quite quickly found out that our friend Elon changed the Twitter logo. I think it's still changed. So yeah, I'm just wondering, is it really gonna stay like that? It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, that obviously led to that spike to the upside. I mean, we had here this descending wedge on the chart, which is typically a bullish pattern. But we'll talk about that in a minute. What I wanted to do here first, I want to start with looking at new all-time high targets, because I want to upgrade and update our long-term video playlist. So by the way, you will find here on this channel the long-term video playlist if you search for it. And in there we've got some videos about coins with their long-term targets. Yeah, typically for the next bull run. So just want to update that, and you will find this video in that playlist as well. Typically I cover the long-term targets in the beginning of the video. So yeah, here obviously wave 1 to the upside, impulsive, back in May 21, and then came down in an ABC correction here. I mean, the bear market low, yes, it could be in. I'm not entirely convinced. So it's one of the, let's say less reliable charts, where both options are possible. We can only take it level by level. We're going to talk about that anyway when we go into the lower time frame, to talk about what is the critical level that Doge needs to break above to make another bear market low less likely. But first of all, let's talk about targets. So if we consider this was a wave 1, basically the first larger wave of the uptrend, of an impulse to the upside, then the wave 2 was the correction. We could get into a third wave next, basically in the bull market wave, the FOMO wave, third wave. Might have started already, maybe not. So we're going to talk about that when we go into the lower time frame. But target here would be between 127 and 156 for the third wave. So that would project more than a 10x. Bear in mind, it's not going to happen in one straight line. We are looking for a 5-wave move within the third wave as well. So what we're ideally looking for is something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in 3. And the minimum for a third wave expectation, would be 127, the 1.618 fib extension. They do tend to go higher in crypto. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the 140, 156, maybe even 185 in the third wave. But at this point, we can only look at ideal structures and basically just guidelines. Next, we should then get a fourth wave. So it's basically a shallow correction that should avoid an overlap with wave 1, which is at 77 cents. And then we should get a fifth wave that should go normally to 2.618 extension. That would be the textbook target from what we can see now. And that would, 2.618 extension, $2.03. But of course, depending on how high wave 3 eventually goes, that could push higher as well. So this is sort of long-term outlook for Doge. After these 5 waves, we should get another wave 2, because these 5 should be another wave 1. And then we should come down in a larger ABC correction in the wave 2. Where exactly that will land, it's a bit too early to say that. Okay, so let's go to the 1 hour. So maybe the 4 hour. Let's go to the 4 hour chart. Basically on the 4 hour, it hasn't moved at all since yesterday. It's just been consolidating around the 10 cent level, just below 10 cents. Such a consolidation on a high level is actually not bearish, even though we only have 3 waves at the moment. But this looks like a triangle and it could easily make one more wave up. It so far did hold the 9 cent level. Came down to 8.96 cents yesterday, so we did not get a sustained break below 9 cents. So could very well be that this is some kind of a third wave, currently a fourth wave correction with one more high in here. I am struggling to count whatever this is. I would nearly say that we had basically here, if this is bullish, basically a wave 1, then here possibly a wave 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be the bullish interpretation within the third wave. we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So one more high to put the third wave in, then a fourth, and then a fifth. So let's see how high that will go. But again, a critical point here is that as long as we're holding the 9-cent level, the focus could be on higher. This is obviously the bullish count that I just showed you. But even in the, well, actually even in the bearish count, yeah, in a C wave, we could get that because, right, let me start again. Primary is here still one more low. Now, again, if it breaks above resistance, it is what it is. I always highlighted that if the dog finds its running shoes, it will just go. You just need to know that about Doge. It just takes a tweet. It just takes a Twitter logo change. I mean, who would have thought, right? But you basically know that at some point, Elon or someone will make a tweet about Doge and will just go. So from that point of view, you always need to be to a degree prepared. But the point here is that the bearish count is still possible. So we had here off the November high, which was a wave 4 high, 5 waves down in a wave 1. Then here an ABC correction, now in a wave 2. This could be the wave 2 still. So all I'm highlighting here, there is a potential for it to turn around in the third wave later. And as long as we don't exceed 14 cents, this is still a risk. But above 14, that wave 2 will be unlikely. Okay, so even in the C wave, we should get, you know, I did show you the count, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be in a C wave quite likely because the C wave is a 5-wave move. And then we have resistance here at 10.5, 11.5, 12.5, and 14 cents. Just need to be watching where do we react to. Above 14, this can turn bullish. Okay. So what we need is 5 waves up, but 5 waves up isn't enough to confirm a bullish count. We need 5 waves up, ideally above 14 cents, and then 3 waves down. If we now get 5 up, it could be a C wave, and if we get 5 down, don't hold critical support, which I will highlight after we get the 5 up, then we could come down a third wave, fourth, and a fifth, eventually landing in this support area. So yeah, it's not a very clear or easy to read structure that we have here overall. There are easier charts to read out there at the moment. In terms of possible bottom structure, we had here off the June low, a wave 1 to the upside, a wave 2 down, another wave 1 up, and a wave 2 down, but this is just way too high to be reliable. It's a lower degree wave 1, but possible. This could then have been the wave 2, and we're now just starting the first impulse. But at that point, it's not reliable. So what we need to see is a confirmation that we get here another wave 1 in, 5 waves up, and 3 waves down. I think if we have that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then A, B, C down. If we hold support, and I will always highlight that support area for you, then we could rally from here further. So I'll keep you updated about Doge. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.